Hi, everybody, and welcome to our video about the Clinical Mental Health Counseling Program at the Chicago School of Professional Psychology's online campus. My name is Dr. Lori-Ann Stretch, and I go by Dr. LA, and I'm the department chair, and I am so excited to tell you about our program. Now, I'm going to start off by turning off my video and sharing my screen so that you can see our presentation, and then we are going to talk a little bit about the program. So the CMHC program at the online campus is a CACREP-accredited program. We have 8 years of CACREP accreditation. We also have our approved continuing education provider number through the National Board of Certified Counselors. So we will offer continuing ed throughout the year that you can take as a student, and then once as an alumni, you'll be able to take that as well. We also have a license to offer the mental health facilitators training. And so all of our students who complete residency after summer 2019 will leave our program with the MHF training and the MHF trainers training. So that's pretty exciting addition to our program. I'm very proud of our faculty. Our faculty is very diverse in many different ways. We have a lot of diversity in personal and professional ways. We work really well together as a team. We tend to team teach a lot of our classes, and you will benefit from some just amazing knowledge bases when you engage with our faculty. We have 10 core faculty members, and we have about 10 pretty consistent adjunct faculty who've been with us for several years, some as long as 5 years. And so your faculty is pretty consistent, and you're going to be able to engage with them not only in class, but also outside of class. They welcome collaborations on articles and presentations and projects. You're going to hear about some of those as we move forward. We have 4 essential threads that are embedded in every single one of our classes. Those are practical application, multicultural competence, ethical decision-making, and professional identity. So no matter what class you're in, these 4 very important ideas and concepts are going to be covered in that class. So you may have a case presentation where you're talking about these concerns. You know, what is our role as counselors from a professional identity way? How would we implement this in our own community? And so just, it's going to be very enriching and really applicable to what's going on and where you're headed as a professional counselor. Now, I hope that everybody is aware of this, but counseling is a pretty quickly growing field. We have a really great job outlook, and this rigorous 3-year academic program is really meant to prepare you for going out in the work world and working in a lot of different settings. We have alumni who are working at hospitals, domestic violence shelters, children's homes, homeless shelters. You name it, we probably have somebody in that type of setting when it comes to mental health. We're really proud of our alumni, and we're very proud of the fact that all of our alumni have found a job within 6 months of graduation. That would actually be 3 months within graduation, but 2 of our alums actually took a little break after graduation to move and to wait for their partners to graduate from programs they were in, and so it took about 6 months for them to do that. But all of our graduates have been able to find work in the field and are working towards licensure or have achieved their certifications and licensure in the counseling field. So we're very excited that we're able to provide our alumni with such a strong background that allows them to have, job consistency and security. As I mentioned, we are an academic rigorous program. We are an accelerated graduate program. So our courses are 7 weeks plus a few days into the 8th week, and you are expected to be in your class 3 days of each academic week, Monday through Sunday. All of our classes have live discussions or live labs, and these are your opportunities to engage with peers who might be further along in the program than you, or faculty who are going to be working with you on specific tasks that you need to do in a in a Zoom video conference kind of situation. We do seek out and want active attendance and active participation. This is really essential to your success. And as I mentioned, we are a rigorous program. So our minimum passing score for all of our graduate classes is 80%. We do offer a tremendous amount of faculty engagement, though. As I said before, most of our classes are team taught, and that really gives the faculty a chance to play on their strengths and really engage with you in a way that they can do best. So it's a really exciting program. Some of the student supports that we offer student support counselor. You have a student support counselor who can help you with the policies and procedures and logistics of navigating the Chicago school. We also have faculty advisors. Every new student is assigned a faculty advisor, and this is your faculty mentor who will work with you to help you through some of these other components. For example, we track licensure laws all over the U.S. and even internationally to make sure that our alumni are able to become certified or licensed wherever they want to be. And so we're constantly monitoring the licensure processes around the country and even in the world. And we want to keep you informed about those changes through our advising process. Our fieldwork development is par none. Dr. Soley and her team work really closely with students pretty early into their program to help begin to identify fieldwork sites. And it is truly a partnership with our clinical team. It is not something you're expected to go out and find on your own. The clinical team will work with you and help you and guide you. We have a national network in which we can pull. And then ultimately, once you've selected a site, Dr. Soley will negotiate in those final steps of that process and make sure that the site supervisor and the site meet all of the CACREP requirements. We have lots of opportunities for community engagement. Dr. Hudson actually facilitates our student experience process, which includes many of our community engagement. We have several student organizations, including Chi Sigma Iota. We have a chapter of the Association of Multicultural Counseling and Development in Development. And we also have a service learning program. So especially during residency, students have the opportunity to go out into the Chicago community, and we engage with the residents at the Chicago Housing Authority in order to put some of our skills and learning to work. And finally, we have a professional development plan that you work on throughout your time with us through an electronic system called Plethora. And that will help guide you towards becoming a professional counselor. It'll talk about licensure, the courses you're taking, certifications that you might be interested in, conferences, things like that that you want to work towards. So it's continuously helping you develop as you move through our program. Next, we have Chicago School Resources. We have a wonderful library team. We have a writing center for the online campus. We have graduate success courses if you need help with time management, things like that. We also have career services, which ironically is actually facilitated through the CMHC program through our virtual clinical training center, which we'll talk about here shortly. Accessibility services, so if you need disability accommodations, they have a wonderful office there to help. We also have fellowships and graduate assistant positions available, and we even reimburse students a portion of their student conferences if they choose to go to student conferences. Now, what's unique about CMHC Online? I've already given you a few ideas of that, but some of the other things that make us unique are our study abroad. We have study abroads running at the Chicago School all the time. In fact, Dr. Hudson and I lead a study abroad for 2 weeks to Peru this year. And we are really excited about that opportunity because it really allows you to engage in a different level of cultural immersion. We also have in-person residencies. So we have 2 4.5-day experiences that are occurring in Chicago right now, though the location may change in later years. But these experiences are described as being exhilarating yet exhausting. It's a really great opportunity to connect with faculty and peers, also to practice those basic attending skills in your first residency. And in your second residency, it's really focused on group counseling and group counseling facilitation. As a Res 2 student, you actually are paired up with a Res 1 student or two to help them with their basic skills. So you also get some peer mentoring opportunities that you will be able to add to your CV or resume. We have great attendance at our town hall meetings. We alternate between an external speaker and a current speaker. And we, as I mentioned, have our service learning and our mental health facilitator certification. We also have Skillville and Live Labs. Skillville is an opportunity for you to sign up for skills practice with another student who's already in their field work, and you can work on a specific skill with that individual that you might need some support on. Live Labs happen in classes. We have them embedded in many of our classes, including diagnosis, assessment, career, our professional orientation class, and these are opportunities to dig deeper and have real-time conversations and discussions and practice around the skills and knowledge being taught in that course. We have an amazing pool of electives, one of which I'm really proud of is telebehavioral health, because we're one of the few university counseling programs that's offering telehealth at this time. Telehealth is definitely an emerging field, and it's something that I think is becoming an essential skill for new counselors. And so if you're interested, that's one of them you can take. We also have our military series. We have human sexuality, our study abroad courses, of course. We have a lot of electives to choose from. We also have our virtual clinical training center, which I've mentioned before. And the VCTC is a telebehavioral health site that has external and internal partners to the Chicago School. The VCTC is run by Drs. Harris and Foster, and that particular training center is an opportunity for students who successfully completed the telehealth class and who've applied and been accepted to the VCTC. They can actually help run the live labs, the Skillvilles, provide career services, provide support groups when needed. They're doing a tremendous amount of work, and students can actually use the VCTC for their whole practicum and part of their internship. We have an annual virtual conference. That's actually going to be held in April of each year. And in that particular conference, we have 2 to 3 days of sessions, and you can sign in to sessions that you want to attend. You can attend as many or as few as you want, and you can actually earn National Board Certified Counselor Continuing Ed that will help build your scope of practice as you are moving towards becoming that professional counselor. Just so many opportunities for mentoring and engaging. I couldn't possibly list them all. This is a picture from one of our residencies. We just love our residencies. They're such a great experience to come together as a community. So many times when I'm talking to students about transferring from the Argosy system, they want to know, okay, so Dr. LA, what courses are going to transfer? Well, fortunately, we have a teach-out agreement with Argosy. So that means we have a memorandum of understanding that we have decided to accept all of the courses from the Argosy CACREP-accredited program. So it doesn't matter if you're in field work or you're just starting, we will take your courses as long as they meet 2 criteria. The first being that you must have a grade of B or higher. So if you have a B-, a C, or an F, those courses will not transfer, and you will have to repeat those courses. The course must also have had to have been completed within 7 years of admission. And this is important because we want to graduate you, and when we graduate you, we want to be able to say to the world that you have current training. And, you know, we've had DSM be published in the time since 7 years. We've had the APA manual be updated. Our code of ethics has been updated. So lots changed in the last 7 years. So we want to make sure that whatever courses you bring in are courses where you had the current material that you need to have in order to be able to practice ethically and legally once you're in the field. So those 2 standards, having a B or higher and having within 7 years of your admission, are required for the class to transfer. But other than that, we'll take your classes. We will also provide an email consult. If you want to send Colleen Malone, and I'll share her email in a little bit, your transcript, we will do an initial evaluation of your transcript and let you know what classes will or won't transfer, and if you have any other requirements that you'll need to complete as part of your program here. If you're not currently in field work, you will need to complete 1 or 2 residencies. Again, that's determined based on the review of your transcript. So how do you apply? Well, the first step is to go to this website, the apply period, the Chicago School period edu. We are waiving the application fee of $50 for Argosy students. Next, you want to gather up some of your documents you'll need, your transcripts, if you're in field work, you'll need your hours logs and any assessments from your university and site supervisors that you can get your hands on. The third step is to start requesting letters of recommendation, and you can do this through our electronic portal. You can request and submit them through our portal, and then in the portal you will be expected to upload official copies of your transcripts. You'll need from every school you've attended, including a bachelor's degree. So if when you started at Argosy you transferred in credits to the Argosy program, you'll need to have the transcript from the original campus or school. You need to write an essay about why CMHC is the right choice for you, and there's a prompt for that that will help you with that. You need a resume that needs to be a current resume, and you need current letters of recommendation. We cannot accept letters of recommendations or essays that were used for admission to Argosy. These will need to be current letters of recommendation and your essay. Now, some frequently asked questions we've heard from Argosy students. Will you have to repeat the CPCE? If you pass the CPCE, you will not have to repeat it. You'll simply upload the evidence of you passing the CPCE when you take CM800, our capstone course, which is held concurrently with Internship 2. If you've not passed the CPCE, you will get an invitation to repeat the CPCE during your fieldwork courses. And again, you'll upload the evidence of taking that course through when you take CM800. We have to repeat your residencies. Every student's going to have an individualized review. If you've already started practicum or internship, you will not have to do residency. If you've taken your Skills 1 course but not your group course, you'll take Residency 2 as part of the CM543. If you've completed Skills 1 and group counseling but not started your field work, you will need to potentially audit Skills 1 and take Residency 1. But again, that will be determined on an individualized basis. Will you need to complete the Argosy CAE? Nope, because you're not at Argosy anymore. We have our own capstone process. It's called CM800. It's our capstone course that has held concurrently with your Internship 2 class. And during that class, you will need to complete a passion project, complete the CPCE, and participate in an exit symposium where you're going to present your graduate journey. Now, how soon will you know what classes you need to take? Again, we are trying to turn these transcript reviews around in 72 hours. So if you're interested in having your transcript reviewed, just simply send it to Colleen Malone at cmalone@thechicagoschool.edu, and she'll get that process started. She's our department manager extraordinaire. And when would you start classes? If you're admitted after Wednesday, March 13th, you'll start on May 6th, which is the beginning of our Summer 1 term. If you're admitted after Sunday, May 5th, you would start August 26th, which is the beginning of our fall term. So to finish this up, I shared some pictures just to tell you a little bit about the culture and who we are. So this first picture is one of our alumni. This is when she was a student. She is presenting at one of our service learning sites. This top next, going clockwise, is a meet and greet we did at ACA Atlanta, and it includes faculty, adjunct faculty, core faculty, alumni, students. It was just a wonderful experience. We had a lot of fun. Here's a graduation picture. That's always a great thing to celebrate. Here's another service learning picture when we were out in Chicago, a little selfie here, taking pictures when we went out to eat right after we did our service learning. We had so much fun. And then this last larger picture here is a picture of alumni, faculty, and students at the Association for Creativity and Counseling Conference last year. We had the highest attendance and representation of any university in the country at the ACC conference. So we were really proud and excited about that. We had so many students and alumni and faculty presenting there. It was just amazing. So we are a community. Ultimately, that's what we're striving to be with the Chicago School CMHC program. We understand that we are a community of learners, and we can learn together how we can best support our communities through social justice, through mental health wellness, and just through being a good community partner. So that is what we're hoping to achieve, and we're hoping that you will achieve as a student and possibly an alumni of our program. Thank you for listening to my recording. Please reach out if you have any questions or concerns. We are very happy to answer those, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.